Hi, welcome. I'm going to do a little reading for Virgo today. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Wherever you find Virgo in your chart, please take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else. Energies can be switched, so Virgo, if this seems more like your partner than you, then it just might be. All right, one more shuffle, and let's take a peek on what's going on with you today. All right, Virgo. Okay, Virgo. Looks like you are doing a little resting and healing. But this Page of Swords with the Devil is telling me that you might be keeping tabs on somebody, perhaps a little obsessively. Could be somebody you feel that you have a lot of love for, but maybe a little obsession, maybe some lust. You might be acting foolishly. Maybe you've been confused. Virgo, it looks like you've had some options and in love, and perhaps you've been entertaining this Two of Cups partnership, but using strength to either pull it away or pull it towards you or push it away. Well, this Six of Pentacles tells me that this person is putting quite a bit of work into your relationship as well. It's not one-sided. We've got the Queen of Wands, the Wounded Warrior, and the Empress. So somebody is feeling a little hurt, and the Empress has been taking some time to kind of reflect on this relationship. Here you are, the Hermit, and perhaps you are married. I've got for this Queen of Wands. Well, the Queen of Wands is very young and energetic, vivacious. She's got you all up in your head. Maybe you have a new connection with a female that is not your wife, but is maybe doing some flirting. Perhaps you did some flirting back and gave him the wrong idea. I feel like the more you push her away, the more she feels left out in the cold, the more she holds on to you. Now, the Empress, she might not know, but she knows. Seems like she's confused, maybe losing some sleep over this. And you're coming to her with an offer of hope, of renewal. But you're not quite sure where to plant this seed. Seven of Swords. You haven't been completely honest with either one of them, and it looks like you are trying to get by with something under the moon. Maybe something didn't go right with that Queen of Wands, and you thought you could move on to calmer waters. Probably back towards your Ten of Pentacles. You know what you want. But because you have been entertaining the attention of a third party, it's created quite a bit of conflict. And you know that you're fine just on your own, but you're never going to be satisfied. It's all kind of been a balancing act. Somehow, I feel that you are using the energy of the Queen of Wands attention to alchemize yourself into somebody that has a little higher self-esteem than you actually do. Maybe you've been waiting to stabilize this relationship. But now you're at a crossroads. You have a chance at a new beginning in love, but you're never going to have that unless you honor your commitment. Now, are you going to be honest? Are you going to stand in this King of Swords energy? Cut the bullshit and talk to your partner about this? Three of Pentacles. Are you going to let her in on the whole truth? Because there's going to be an ending. And it's going to be the ending of the relationship that you've always dreamed of. All of your dreams. Or it's going to require a lot of work. Queen of Pentacles tells me that you are selling yourself short emotionally. You know, you want stability. You want a relationship that you can depend on. Somebody that makes you feel really special and really knows you inside and out and still loves you. But you're playing with fire. You're playing with death. Something's got to give. Something has to transform. You've been acting impulsively. This Knight of Wands means that, well, with the devil energy, you might have just been thinking about sex instead of love. You might have thought about this opportunity, the Page of Pentacles. So you came in fast. Maybe you thought that it was over with your wife, King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. Or maybe you wanted it to be over with your wife. Maybe you just wanted to explore, to see if you could. But either way, you know what's going on. And you just haven't chose to talk about it. There's a lot of defensive energy here. Because of your ego. I think you think that getting the attention that you pursued from somebody that didn't quite know you very well, that you could have it all. Well, here's the Tower. It's coming in fast. It's going to shake everything up. And especially this lover's connection. You see, you had a choice between two. but you didn't really make that choice. It looks like you played your cards and decided that you just wanted to win at all costs. But what it really cost you was just a lot of work. Not much to show for it. Instead of the King of Pentacles, you chose to come as the King of Wands, which is creative. He's popular, good looking, but he's single. Whatever's under that moon is about to become illuminated. And it looks like what's going to be shown is that you acted out with some sexual energy very impulsively. And there was some immaturity involved. Instead of owning up, you avoided. You avoided conflict. You avoided judgment. That's just not possible. So, one of these women is going to talk about it. They're seeking the truth. They are not holding back. Well, maybe it's your wife who's been accepting breadcrumbs. Either way, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. It's turning, and you're starting to see things from a different perspective. You know, karmic justice is unavoidable. You reap what you sow. You know, you can't just offer somebody love without offering them truth. You can't just walk away from the mess that you've made. You have an inner truth inside of yourself that says, unless you start to get your act together and live your truth, your inner truth, you are going to end up with a broken heart that's 3 times as worse than breaking your own heart. You're going to break 3 hearts. And that for sure is not going to feel good. Well, there's some messages, some information, conversation. Something's coming in fast. Something's coming in very fast. You've been juggling with all these emotions. 3 of Cups looked like a party, but now you're staring at those 3 of Cups and you're missing your opportunity instead of taking action. I feel like you're in the energy of sadness, regret, and deep, deep emotional pain. But this pain can be your freedom. This pain is very motivating. You see, like, once you have stopped avoiding that pain, you no longer have to juggle. You no longer have to fight. It seems like you've been making these decisions really impulsively, quickly, without thinking. Knight of Swords. You manifested something you didn't want. And now you're stuck with it. Now you're stuck with it. You're going to miss the softness of this Queen of Cups unless you start to treat her right. And the only way you're going to treat her right is if you talk to her about the truth. The truth is that you failed to make that decision. You sat in this Two of Swords for so long, kind of reveling in the fact that you had these choices to make in the first place. But indecision is a decision. And it leads to no good. What you thought was victory was actually emotional immaturity. What are you going to do, Virgo? Are you going to make right on your wrongs? I know you're not hiding anymore because there's nowhere to hide. You've already had the Tower. You've already dealt with most of the consequences, so you think. I think now you're starting to really look inside of your heart and realize that what you really wanted was what you had all along. Pursuing this other girl, younger, available, I don't know, somebody that was easily accessible. You just wanted attention. You just wanted to know that you could have her, but you never wanted her. You really wanted your wife. Figure it out, Virgo. TikTok. Time moves forward.